So I want to tell Lead Farmer, thanks for the reminder. My Jackery was at 61%, so I took it out, took out the solar panels, and I am charging it. This Jackery I use in my shed. Then I went in the house and checked all of my other backups, chargers, whatever, generators. And my smaller Jackery is already at 100. All of my other stuff is at 100%, because my mother tends to take everything and put it in the corner, and then I pull it out and charge it for emergencies. And then when it's emergency, she was like, I can't watch TV, I can't do anything. And I go pull out one of the generators. She said, I don't know how to do it. She's close to 80. And I go, remember when I showed you how to do it? So every year or every couple of months, I remind her. I'm gonna go sit down in the shed, the dirty shed right here, and turn on the fan. Whew. Yeah, let me take this off my head. And sorry, just a moment. I have the fan right on me. Sorry, I need to clean out this shed, but not today. It's gonna be 90 degrees outside. I'm done. I got started kind of late today. Needed that water. I always have water. I have bottles of water all over the yard. And I didn't start probably till about after 9 o'clock, about 9:30. I was just tired, so I just slept. When your body's tired, you do what it tells you to do. I got my fan going. I'm gonna turn this fan on too. A little cheap Hampton Bay fan, but it works. So I got my Jackery charging outside. I'm actually gonna go in the house and start putting together a garden bed. I'm going to replace that wooden garden bed where the corn was growing, or did not grow, with a metal one, and it's not going to be a big one. I need more room. I actually have my gardener came. I gave him some money, about 30 bucks. He took some stuff to the dump for me. I got rid of the old wooden bench that was on the side. I got rid of a lot of broken old containers. I had an old water thing, like sprayer. And he says, Precious, does this work? I said, if it works, you can have it. And he's like, thank you. And I said, yeah. I got rid of both the water barrels I have, because I plan on getting a water system, water gutters, and a system put on side of the house that I could use for gardening. But the water containers, like the spigots, wouldn't work and stuff. Just clean up the yard. My tires, remember, if you've been watching my channel, when I started my garden, I had like 4 or 5 colored tires, like in green and yellow and red and blue. Got rid of them. And when he's picking them up, he goes, Precious, do you have a dog? And I said, no, it's probably the squirrel poop over there where the tires were. They emptied out all the dirt out of all the tires. And I'm just making more room. So when you first start gardening, you're trying all this stuff and you're buying all this stuff, and then you realize you don't need half of the stuff that you get. And then after time, it breaks down, and you want to start getting rid of stuff. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I have allergies really bad. And ooh, sorry. And you just kind of want to just start cleaning up, you know, getting rid of junk. And then the more junk that you have laying around, the more things like squirrels and rats they can hide, right? So you want to kind of clean up your garden and get rid of junk that's just lying around in your garden. Also, I need to clean out my patio. I really just need to straighten it out and put stuff where it belongs. And I need to clean out my shed. My shed is a mess, and I always mess up my shed. I clean it up, I mess it up. I clean it up, I mess it up. I'm actually in the shed less in the summertime because it's just too hot. I was trying to save on energy this year. There's my air conditioner right there. So I just left the air conditioner covered in the back, and I have to find a new strap to recover it. I finally took the cover off, and I'm still not turning it on because I do have an electric panel back here and I could use it, but again, my electric bill for the year is like $2,400, and you divide that into 12 and you get $200 a month, and I'm trying to reduce that bill. So yeah, another thing I want to show you is that I got my garden tags. Remember I told you I had to buy more garden tags, so I got these. And I also got 2 packs of these. I like these right here. So yeah, I could use these for seedlings. I was using the other ones for seedlings, but I could use these for seedlings and color coding things. And the big ones I could use to put in my garden beds. So yeah, I just needed to sit down for a minute. You know how you have a good itch? I got a good itch right there. And I just want to sit here for a minute, drink my water, tell you what's going on. I just fed the chickens the grubs. I found a grub on the ground. That's one thing. Something else I wanted to mention. So when you're getting grubs out in your garden bed and you're pulling out your plants, and I haven't mentioned it before, check the bottom of those plants. Throw those, because the grubs want the roots of the plants and they want to stay on the plant. So sometimes you pull them out and you're pulling out grubs with them, and you don't want to get grubs in your grass and things of that nature. So just watch your garden beds. When I'm pulling out plants, I kind of stomp the soil off the bottom of the roots, and I check, and every now and then I'll see a grub sticking on the bottom of that plant, and I get that grub off, put it back in the garden bed, and then pull the plant out, and then the grub gets fed to my chickens. So I've said many times in my videos this year that I am trying to reduce waste. So this morning I kept passing by this zero water pitcher. It's one of those long, you know, like long ones. And hold on a moment. I hope you can hear me, because I put my phone on a selfie stick so I didn't have to hold it the whole time. Sorry. So it's one of those long zero water pitchers. And what we do is I take my egg containers and I sit it on top, and I was looking at it and I'm like, we need to use that. We need to stop buying so many bottled waters. It's okay to have bottled water in your house for emergency. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I prefer the gallons of waters than these little ones. So I looked today, I had one more zero water pitcher filter left. I cleaned it out, checked to see if the filter that was in there was already working. It wasn't. It would not drain the water out. So I took it out, got this filter, put it in there, cleaned it out. Fresh, clean water in the house. I said, Mom, we got to stop. I said, I'm not saying not to have bottled water, but every week or twice a month, we're only down to 2 packs of bottled water. And that's why I bought that zero water pitcher was so that we could cut down on buying so much bottled water. And it's waste. Again, I'm wasting something that is useful. So when I got up this morning, before I even boiled me some eggs, I pulled out that pitcher, cleaned it up, and by the time my mom got up, I said, look, we're going to use this. And she said, okay. Yeah, my mom, sometimes because she's 76, she forgets, and she's used to doing things a certain way. So with me introducing different things, sometimes she's like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't have time, and I don't want to do it. But when I push and push and push, then she'll be like, okay. This morning she was like, okay, I don't have a problem. I was like, when we get down to one thing of bottled water, you know, it may be best if we just use the zero water pitcher. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to pull out a cup and pour me some water in the cup with the zero water pitcher. I wish I had a Berkey, but every time I look at the price right now, money is so tight. I need to do what I can do, and I'm trying to weigh the cost of getting a Berkey and paying for zero water filters. So I'm going to do the budget and weigh the cost and see. I'm probably going to figure out, yeah, it is worth me putting out, just making sure the seeds are in there, getting a Berkey. But right now, putting out the money and getting a Berkey. Right now, I'm doing what's fiscally feasible for my household. So I did go ahead and order me some more zero water filters this morning, and because we're gonna be using that just to cut down. I'm trying to think. Sometimes you can find bottles of water on sale, like a 24 pack for $2.99 or $3.99. I don't even think you can find them for $2.99 anymore. It's $3.99, and that kind of irks me, because what's happening is that these corporations, and I read it somewhere, and I also seen it in a documentary. I don't remember which documentaries, one of those documentaries on food. These corporations, and I'm not going to say any names, are taking water out of our supply and filtering it, and not filtering it that well, and putting their label on it and selling it to us. So not only are we paying for water with our municipalities, they're taking water out of our natural supply from the mountains and the lakes and everything else and selling it to us. So we're paying double for water. And I've known this for a long time, but sometimes when you're a caregiver, and for elderly parents, I don't have any kids, I have nieces and nephews, and you're the head of household and you're taking care of everything, sometimes you tend to move towards things that are just easier to do. Like, let me just go pick up some bottled waters, instead of me just taking the water out of my sink that I paid for and filter it out. And remember, I did collect a lot of rainwater, so I'm using that rainwater too, and using that instead of buying this. I'm already being taxed on it. I'm already paying for it. Use it. So I sat there this morning and I said, no, we're going to use that water. And I told my mom, this is how you pour it in there, and use it. She said, I don't mind. So I'm trying to put it like at the front of the counter, because she'll be like, oh, I forget it's there. Don't forget it's there. I'm going to keep reminding you to use it. So that is it. I am just trying to, I need to get in here clean. I got to get out of here. I need to get in the house and put that garden bed together. And it's a smaller garden bed. But back on waste, I'm trying to reduce waste and trying to grow more and use more of what I grow for my household. And I'm pretty sure I can go and just spray my garden beds with neem oil and stuff and kill all of those grubs. But I have chickens. So the first thing I'm going to do is dig through those garden beds and find free snacks for my chickens. Why not? If I go to the store and get a pack of the dried worms and grubs to feed them, why should I not go and take the time to do some strength training with my arms and dig through my garden beds and feed them grubs? And they are more than happy to eat those live grubs than the dried ones I get them. They like the dried ones too. Like this morning, I went in there, I gave them their dried grubs, their worms, their dried grubs, their raisins, and their sunflower seeds, which the neighborhood birds drop everywhere, and I'll pick them and I give them those seedlings. And then, after I pulled out the corn, cleaned out the salad bed, I went back to that corn bed, that second bed over there, and started pulling out more grubs, and I did find a lot more, and fed it to them, and they ignored the dry ones and went straight for the live ones. Why not? Now, once I'm done tilling all the beds and getting all the grubs and feeding them as many as I find, I will go and get my sprayer right here, fill it with neem oil and water, sift through the beds and spray them. And I have live worms in there too. So, you got to be careful with that. I don't want to kill, because when I was digging up the grubs, I'm digging up a lot of live worms. So I'm debating if I even want to spray my beds. Because if I put diatomaceous earth in there, like I did my grapevine, I can kill my live worms too. So you got to weigh your pros and cons. So I would rather sift through the garden beds until I physically just don't see them anymore and give them to my chickens. That's what I would rather do. And I'm also thinking that maybe that's why my corn didn't do good, was because of the grubs. It was a lot of them. But I get grubs all the time. And everything else did well. So I really just think it was that certain seed. I don't know. So anyway, let me stop talking. I just want to do this extra video on things that I'm doing and how I'm reducing waste with using the water that I pay for monthly in my house. All right, that is it. Hopefully, again, I will come to you this evening. Maybe I won't be too tired and I can get out here and do some more gardening. All right, have a good day, y'all. Bye.